Welcome to a Council of Black Belts. I'm Shihan Scotty Phillips, and I hold the current ranking of 8th Dan, and I am Nidai Soki, 2nd generation head of family of Aido-Ryu. I'll be your moderator of this episode, Perseverance. What is a Council of Black Belts? It is simply what the name implies, a group of black belts from various martial arts styles coming together to openly discuss various topics in and around the martial arts. In addition, it's an open and honest discussion not only in martial arts studies and or instruction, but how to incorporate the martial arts in one's daily life. Our topic of discussion today is perseverance. An internet search defines perseverance as follows: to continue in a course of action even in the face of difficulty or with little or no prospect of success. It often denotes an action of experiencing victory and the continuance of one's unceasing efforts, no matter what the odds or actual outcome. How the Bible speaks of perseverance. What does the Bible say about perseverance? Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life with God, which God has promised to those who love him. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. The following on perseverance is from the World Martial Arts Congress Guardian Manual, the character trait and the roots of the martial arts. Perseverance definition: to persist in an endeavor or undertaking in spite of counter influences, opposition, or discouragement. Dedication. In daily life, perseverance should be fairly obvious where we can find examples of persistence or perseverance in daily lives. How many would achieve a university education if they didn't persist through the 4 long years required for an undergraduate degree, or even the more rigorous requirements of even higher education? How many sports figures would make it to the professional level in their respective sport without the constant dedication to practice? And how many young athletes would make it to the Olympics without constant attention to each repetition of a specific sport technique? We must accept the fact it is through consistent failures that we learn wherein we need to our efforts in order to improve. Without a commitment to perseverance in our daily lives, efforts we would merely float through life with little chance of reaching the aims, goals, or aspirations we each have the ability to achieve. In the training hall, dedication to practicing the basics over and over speaks volumes as to the perseverance necessary to fine-tune our skills at all levels. Constant practice of our forms, from the most basic to the highest Dan form, demonstrates the role perseverance plays in our effort to learn the skill and understand the meaning in each movement. All too often, when we believe we have finally mastered a certain move or form, we are rudely awakened to our deficits. We then realize it's perseverance that will get us back on the mat to continue to train and refine that which we thought we knew well. Our personal goal must be to continually strive to be better than we were yesterday. The panel is now open for discussion. What are your thoughts and/or experiences with perseverance? Please feel free to share your thoughts as well as additional topics you would like to see discussed. If you're interested in being a part of a Council of Black Belts, please let me know. We've begun an additional topic to our discussions called What Would Soki Say? This segment will allow us to hear the thoughts from those no longer with us on this side of the dojo. If you have a sensei who is no longer with you on this earthly journey, please share his or her thoughts on a topic, and we'll include them in such thoughts when the topic is discussed. Look forward to hearing from you. Reach out to me via email at aido1982@gmail.com. That's AIDORYU 1982@gmail.com. Let's hear from Grandmaster Hackworth on his thoughts on perseverance. The martial arts can be compared to every other field of endeavor. There are times when everyone in life has setbacks, both big and small. The larger the setback, the more noticeable. We find that even the smaller ones can take a toll on the way we think and feel. These obstacles can leave you scrambling to keep up and might lead you to even reconsider the past and goals that you're pursuing. Learning how to deal with and overcoming obstacles is a critical trait for martial arts leaders and students alike. So what kinds of techniques or approaches can such leaders use when they're facing trying times or unforeseen challenges? This is the advice I would give to anyone who wishes to develop their perseverance. Here are my 9 rules for learning perseverance. Rule number 1, don't be afraid to fail. Perseverance comes from failing and getting back up. Without failure, you cannot become resilient. So, you must change your relationship with failure to seeing it as a lesson rather than a setback. You can learn so much from failure that changing your attitude toward it can have amazing implications for your life. Rule number 2, be 1% better every day. From the book Atomic Habits, I learned that having a growth mindset is a great way to increase perseverance and motivation. Understand that these are skills like any other and try to improve upon them, just 1% every day. Keeping this concept at the back of your head throughout the day is a great way to get better in all regards. Rule 3, begin to take risk. By learning to take risk, you raise the probability of facing more difficult situations. When in those difficult situations, if you can learn to adapt and understand what steps are necessary to keep your growth moving in the right direction, you can grow as a leader. Number 4, understand resistance. More people can persevere when they have a better understanding of resistance. Everyone who struggles with it should take time to identify what is holding you back. When you can name the resistance, it loses its power, and there is more room for perseverance. Rule number 5, exercise regularly. Apply the 40% rule. The rule is that if you complete 40% of the task, your likelihood of quitting drops drastically. I believe that the number one way to develop this skill is physical training. Martial arts, doing sprints, or even some endurance training is guaranteed to carry over to your mental resilience. Number 6, build a network of support. If you want to learn how to persevere, you should build a network of support. Building a network of support includes family, friends, coworkers, peers, will allow you to have a comfortable place to open up and get feedback and encouragement during hard times. Whenever something goes wrong, you can turn to your network of support and talk through what's going on. Keeping your goals in mind. Number 7, when we make mistakes or fail, many people will be tempted to give up altogether. Instead, if you want to persevere, always keep your goals in mind. Start by writing down your short and long-term goals somewhere that's easy to access. Then anytime there's a bump in the road, look at that list to inspire you and keep you moving forward. Rule number 8, set clear benchmarks. Success can be a long and tough journey. I suggest instilling benchmarks to provide yourself rewards and encouragement along the way. The rewards can be anything from a fancy lunch to new clothes or a weekend vacation. The benchmarks will keep reminding you of the progress you've made. Additionally, the reward helps provide continued motivation to persevere through difficult times. Remember why. Rule number 9, getting a break doing anything in this world can be tough. I was once told by an old professor, it's not the most talented people that make it, it's the ones with the most endurance. And that is true. For me, I must remember the why. Why am I doing this? What was the original reason I set out on this path? Reflecting that reminds me that this journey is worth my time. These rules have served me well, and I hope that you will find them useful as well. Next, let's hear Dr. Robert W. Stone's thoughts on perseverance. Perseverance is doing something despite difficulty or delay to achieve success. This concept is so important to the study of the Korean martial arts that it is considered one of the 5 tenets. During one's study of the martial arts, the concept of perseverance is learned more than it is taught. It is realized through one's training and advancement over the course of time. There's an old saying which says that things that come quickly and easily do not usually hold great value, and that anything worth doing is worth doing well. To achieve rank, status, and more importantly, knowledge, a martial artist must personally dedicate time, effort, and energy. The very definition of rank as an indicator of knowledge and ability means that it is achieved only by a student overcoming and mastering the skill and knowledge set created by the style for each level of training. Whatever the reason one has for training the martial arts, be thy self-defense, physical fitness, health benefits, or anything else, it requires a commitment to attending class for extended periods of time, recognizing and obeying the rules and requirements put forth by the school, mastering the skill set for the various levels, and then demonstrating them as proof of ability and knowledge gained. It is said that for every 1,000 students who enter the martial arts, only 1 to 4% achieve the rank of first-degree black belt. Obviously, this means that a path of study must be an arduous and lengthy one. To persevere means to overcome difficulty, and since the average martial arts style takes from 1.5 to 5 years to achieve black belt status and proficiency, the mere fact that one must comply with scheduling and attendance requirements to progress physically through bodybuilding, flexibility training, and to master the complex technique skills for the various ranks clearly means that they have persevered. In other words, if it were easy, everyone would be a black belt. In the military, the elite special forces units have always recruited, trained, tested, and accept only the type of soldier, sailor, or airman who would persevere against great odds. It goes without saying that capturing the beaches at Tarawa, climbing the cliffs at Pondehook, and attacking and killing Osama bin Laden were not achieved by the type of men who quit when the going got tough. They were soldiers who understood the importance of perseverance. Since at their very core, the martial arts are about training and learning martial skills, and those who instruct such arts are clearly aware of the importance of encouraging and training this concept into their disciples. Whether promoting a martial art or martial sport, the sentiment "never give up, never surrender" is a hallmark of proper instruction. Next, Renshu Jeff Winters shares his thoughts on perseverance. Perseverance. There's a time when a smart man knows his ladder is against the wrong hill and perseveres when changing direction. Perseverance leads to full potential.